Hello again, Anna here, and today I'm going to be talking about earth energy lines. Now, earth energy lines are part of the work I do as a house healer or a geomancer, for those who like to use that word. So with house healing, we look at clearing detrimental energy from homes, land, the building, workplaces, and also from people's energy fields. So earth energy lines are one of the subtle aspects that we look at when we do our house healing and our subtle energy clearing. Earth energy lines are a structure or a network of electromagnetic lines that run all around the earth in as many different directions as you can think of. There are earth energy lines that run through every single continent on earth. Earth energy lines are generally straight. They can waver in the frequency of the way that they transmit the electromagnetic energy through them, but generally they are straight lines. When they cross, you're creating a stronger point of energy in that crossing line. So quite often if we find these lines running through homes, they can cause detrimental effects in people's behavior, in their sleep patterns, in the way that just in the way that they generally function. They can't work out why they don't feel right or feel normal, or why they feel different today than they did last week. So earth energy lines transmit electromagnetic energy, a frequency all through the earth, all the time, constantly. They are lines that can become blocked by other types of subtle energy, other types of detrimental energy. Now, I do a lot of work with the paranormal. So with my house healing practices, I look for all the different aspects of geomancy, or all the different aspects of the subtle energies that can be detrimental in people's homes, on the land, and in energy fields. But I specialize in the paranormal side of things. It just seems to be where my energy goes. And those of you that know me will go, yes, they'll nod their heads and go, that is what she does. So when I look at earth energy lines, I ask, are they blocked? You'll be asking me, how do I find them first? Management just said to me, explain how you find them. I use pendulum dowsing as my method of finding earth energy lines. I can use dowsing rods, but they take too long for me. I haven't had the patience to practice with them over a fair amount of time. So if I'm outside, I will use them. But generally, when you do house healing work, you don't have to be on the property. You can do this long distance. So I will ask through my pendulum, are there any detrimental earth energy lines running through a piece of land or through a home, depending on what the client is asking for. Now, when I find these detrimental earth energy lines, we mark them on a floor plan, and I will ask what else is attributing to these detrimental. Why are they detrimental? What is causing the detrimentalness of the earth energy line? Because generally they just flow. I actually see earth energy lines. It's going to sound different, but how I can explain it, through my third eye up here, I see a flow of energy. It's a little bit like a water stream. All right, so it's a little bit like seeing energy just flowing, but it's like electric energy. Like, it's pretty amazing to look at. And it wavers within the earth energy line. So earth energy lines can be quite narrow. I've found them to be sort of a meter, but they can be a lot wider. So generally I only see through my mind's eye the narrow ones. Well, mostly they're the ones that I've come across. I haven't actually been anywhere where there's been really wide lines. Let's get back to where I was. So when I see them, the energy is flowing, like it is flowing and flowing and flowing. It's just like it's just wavery electric energy that is just moving in a nice fashion, like a river that flows really smoothly. So where there is a blockage in an earth energy line, there can be human emotions that have caused the blockage and the build-up, but they can also be non-human energies that travel through there, like highways, like they travel through these energy lines. Now, when there's a build-up of human emotions, it can be an attractant to darker energies that feed off these emotions. If this is under a house where there's arguments and there's things going on, there might be negative behaviours like addictions and all these sorts of things going on in this house, where there is an energy line travelling underneath with a blockage, these darker energies can open a portal in that space. Now, not a lot of other house healers will talk about this, but because I specialise in the paranormal stuff, this is what I find when I go into people's homes. So this is just my opinion. Other dowsers will have their own opinions about earth energy lines. So I find that quite often portals are sitting over earth energy lines. They can sit over the water lines, the underground water streams that run through the earth as well. But today we're just talking about the earth energy lines. So when you have a portal open, that means that these darker energies aren't just traveling through, feeding off the emotions in the earth energy line. They can actually come up into the home and cause issues with people's behaviour and just be a nuisance. They're just mischief makers. That is what they do. They like to cause mischief, and then they feed off all the emotions that we create from their mischief. So what I do is I ask that the portal is closed. So I have a specific method that I use as a house healer to close portals, and I will also clear any of the detrimental energies that are in people's homes, and then I will look at the earth energy line and I will actually see it in my mind's eye. I will see what the issue is. What type of build-up? Is it human emotion? Is it some sort of sludge from something else that isn't flowing properly through the line? Sometimes we don't have an answer as to why there is a blockage. So if I don't know, I just ask management, which is God source creator energy, that the blockage is cleared. And how I see the blockage being cleared is quite interesting. Because you're talking about wavy sort of electrical lines, I'm seeing like a big bottle brush. Like seriously, it's a big bottle brush that is just being pushed all the way through and it's spinning. So it's like creating a vortex, little vortex that is running through this earth energy line, and it gathers up all the rubbish along the way, takes it with it and just disposes of it. So it's pretty amazing how I see it. I can't explain any more than that because I don't know anymore. As humans, we're not always told everything about how this energy stuff works. We just understand it. I just trust it. Simply, I just trust how I'm seeing the work is done. So once I see management clear that line, I will then ask with my pendulum, is the earth energy line cleared of all detrimental energy? And wait for either a yes or a no, and then work appropriately from there. I'll ask that, are there any detrimental energies attached to the line? Have the portals been closed? Now these earth energy lines, if they're in your home and they've got a blockage or they're just not flowing properly, they can affect your physical body and your energy field, because we have around us an electromagnetic energy field, right? It's been scientifically proven now that we do have an electromagnetic energy field around our body, and it can cause problems in our physical body. People can feel tired, more tired than normal, or you were fine last week and nothing sort of happened during the week to cause this tiredness, but you just come home and it's like, when you stand in that particular spot, it's like, oh, especially if it runs under your bed. I always check, I've checked in my home for earth energy lines. I'll get back to topic in a minute. I have 5 earth energy lines that run through my home. There's only one detrimental one. All right, so there was only one that was blocked and it was running under a particular bed. So I've asked management to clear that, and I will see how the behaviour changes of that particular person in the days that come. We'll see if my clearing of it, and I always go back and check in a couple of days and make sure that it's still clear. So you can feel tired, spacey, vague. Your sleeping habits change. Your dreams change. That's what I find. If I go to different places where I stay, I will always check to see if there is an underground water stream, or there is an earth energy line or a spirit line running underneath the bed. I always check for portals because I'm very sensitive to energy and I just pick up on this stuff. I've actually found that sometimes if an earth energy line or an underground water stream is particularly blocked, I can walk over it and I'm like, whoa, I get all these tingly sensations in my legs, in my upper legs, and sometimes in my hands. And I'm like, okay, so this has become a sign for me as my physical body as a pendulum. So this is a really, really interesting job, and I love what I do. I love what I do as a house healer. I love clearing people's homes, looking for earth energy lines. We look at lots of different aspects when we do house healing. So you've got your paranormal, which is my speciality. You've got your geopathic and you've got your technopathic lines, which are the EMF disturbances that people have in their homes. So I will be doing some talks every week from now on, talking about different aspects of house healing. You can get an understanding of what it is, you know, and you go and say you're going to buy a new house. You walk into this house. 6 out of the 7 rooms feel great. That one room just doesn't feel right and you can't put your finger on it. Say it's a bedroom or a study. You move into this house. You can't sleep in that room, or if it's your study, it just doesn't feel right. Your behaviors change, you have thoughts that aren't yours. All these different things can go on when people move homes, when people stay with other people, is that you're picking up on these geopathic and these paranormal and technopathic aspects of energy that we can't see. But our human energy field is very, very sensitive. And you will pick up on it, whether you believe in this stuff or not. You will note it. There may be something that's out of balance. So this is what I do for a living, is that I work remotely, which is another word for long distance, working on clearing the detrimental energies within people's homes. I have done work in Canada. I live in Tasmania, Hobart, Tasmania. It's the southernmost state of Australia. I have worked jointly in Canada, jointly in England with some other house healers. I've also done work in Hong Kong and Taiwan. And if you like what I'm talking about, you like what I do, please hit subscribe, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Come back again and see what else I do and enjoy. Okay, it's another aspect of the energy that we all live in every day. So thank you very much for coming today, and I'll say goodbye and I'll see you next time. Bye.